Hello, folks. I am back again to remind you that you are the curator of your inner world. And what we are going to talk about today is self concept. No talk on manifestation is complete without this discussion. And I don't even want to say that no talk on manifestation is complete. I don't even think you can begin a discussion on manifestation without talking about self concept. So let's look at it this way. So we all know now, even if we don't completely accept that you are all that is, you are the source of everything, everything is manifesting through you. Your reality is a reflection of your inner world. So, as within, so without. You are pretty much encountering yourself all the time. You are basically just facing yourself. Reality is mirroring whatever is going on in your internal world all the time. So, if we need to have good reflections in the outer world, we need to make sure that our inner world is the way we want it to be. So, one way to do this, and the most important way to do this, because this is going to make sure that your manifestations happen easily, effortlessly, sometimes on autopilot, is to make sure that your self concept is high. You think great things about yourself. It doesn't matter what the three-dimensional world is showing you right now. You need to fall in love with yourself, guys. You need to think the best of yourself. If you know that everything is manifesting through you, if you know that you are the source of everything, if you know that the entire world is just a mirror of you, then why would you not think the best about yourself? If you don't take anything away from what I say, if nothing sticks, just take this one thing away. That is, never speak ill of yourself, never speak against yourself. Whatever you're constantly telling yourself all day about yourself is what the world is going to mirror back to you. So, your beliefs about yourself, the way you see yourself, that is how the world is going to appear to see you. If you think you don't look that great, you aren't very smart, other people are better than you, things just never work out for you, men never choose you or women never choose you, you never find love, things always fall apart in the last minute, whatever other things that are going on in your head, that is exactly what you are going to be seeing reflected in your outer world. So, one way to address the overall picture that you are seeing out there, if you are unhappy with the way things are, even if you are happy with the way things are, you must never stop working on yourself. You must never stop working on your self concept. So, remember, everything you're seeing is a perfect reflection of your internal world, the perfect reflection. It is not a little bit of this and a little bit of that. This might be the clue to why your affirmations on self concept may not be working. So, a lot of people approach this self concept work through affirmations. They say, I have a set of affirmations for my self concept. And these affirmations can be things like, I am chosen, I am worthy, I am lucky, I am beautiful, I am the best, etc. And they have another set of affirmations for their desires. So be it love, money, whatever it might be, success, wealth, health. So they might have a set of other affirmations saying, so and so loves me, so and so always chooses me, etc. But we must think of this a little more deeply, right? Are we just repeating these lines without actually internalizing them, without actually developing these things as beliefs? When I am saying that I am lucky, it is something that I truly believe. Yes, I am lucky. If I am saying I am the best, I am treating myself as the best. Imagine you are the best at something, right? Suppose you are a public speaker and you are the best at it, right? So when you go up on stage, how are you going to go up? Looking unsure of yourself, staring at your feet, sweating profusely, worried that you're going to mess up? No. You will have a calm confidence when you walk up on stage because you are the best. right? Exactly. So it's the same thing as, say, for example, you think that the man you like doesn't like you back because you are not as beautiful as other women, for example. I mean, I think it's a ridiculous belief to have. But I mean, I understand different people are starting at different places. So suppose you are to believe that you are very beautiful and, anyone who sees you cannot forget you, right? You become, I mean, they fall in love with you instantly. The person you love loves you back, for example, and thinks you are the most beautiful woman on earth. How would you treat the most beautiful woman on earth? Would the most beautiful woman on earth be looking at other women and comparing herself with them? No, I don't think so. She would be walking around with a calm confidence. Would she be threatened by another woman's looks? Would she be trying to dress up for 4 hours to make sure that she does look the best? No, of course not. She would know internally that, yeah, I am the best. And yeah, I am very beautiful. You would look after yourself. You would look after yourself that way. And you would not be threatened by another woman's looks. If you did see somebody who's very beautiful, you would be able to calmly appreciate their beauty. Be like, yes, she is very beautiful. That's it. And the conversation ends there. You wouldn't be thinking about it all day. Oh my God, is she better than me? How can I look like her? What should I now do with my skin? Should I change my routine? No. So you see, there are some things that we need to internalize. We can keep repeating lines without internalizing these things. There are a lot of people who are going around saying these self concept affirmations in order to get something on the outside. They are saying these self concept affirmations so that the guy they like chooses them, or the girl they like notices them, or the job they want finally thinks that they are a good enough candidate. But the whole point of self concept is not to get something on the outside. The whole point of self concept is what I say in the beginning of the video, to curate your inner world. It is basically to clean up that pool that you have in your inner reality, which is now full of leaves and weeds and, just completely gross, filled with moss. You need to make sure that that pool is cleaned up and the water is pristine. That is what it's about. So, what I want you guys to do, because I like to say things that are practical. It is all good to say things theoretically and not give you something to actually do, because as human beings, we find it difficult not to have a couple of practical steps, right? So I'm going to give you a few practical steps to start this whole self-concept thing. And I am going to approach it overall, and I'm also going to approach it from different aspects like love, money, success, health, etc., right? So let us start with the whole self-concept overall. So if you are all that is, right, if everything is manifesting through you, it shouldn't be difficult for you to think of yourself as the best. You are the best. It doesn't matter what the three-dimensional world is showing you. In your inner reality, you are the best. And believe me, if you truly believe that and you're not looking for validation in the three-dimensional world, remember the three-dimensional world cannot validate you. They cannot. It is just a reflection of your old state of being. It is just whatever was going on in your inner world previously. So when you make a change internally, you cannot expect the third dimension to prove it to you straight away. We do not ask for validation from the third dimension. You be your own validation. It doesn't mean you become aggressive and arrogant and you go up to people's faces and be like, I am the best. Not necessarily. Please don't do that. That's weird. But no matter what happens, no matter what you see, no matter what failure you encounter, you tell yourself you are the best. You are the best, right? You are always winning. Remember, just because your internal world had something different previously, where you were very used to not winning, you might actually see that you are encountering a lot of losses because as humans, we don't like change. And if you are used to thinking a certain way, your inner world is going to want to go back to that old way of thinking. It's going to try and give you more and more reasons to go back to the old way of thinking because it's feeling threatened. Your old identity, your old state of consciousness is being threatened. If you're used to telling yourself, oh, I'm a loser, nothing ever works out for me, and then you suddenly change it to I'm always winning, yep, that's going to happen. But we don't look at our outer world, we look at our inner world. I'm always winning, right? Things like that. Similarly, when you say, I am always worthy, I am very lucky, you don't look for this outside. You just say it calmly. You come into the present moment, you say it calmly, and that's it. You move on, right? Now, let us look at the most debated topic in the manifestation community, that is specific people manifesting love. So, if I believe that I am the best, I am always lucky, I'm always winning, do I have to wait for someone to choose me? No. Would I be threatened by another person? How can I be threatened by another person? I am the best. Will I be jealous of other women? Will I be jealous of other men? Would I be thinking, who is my specific person thinking about? Are they thinking about another woman right now? Did he look at her in a romantic way? Does he think that she is more attractive than me? No, you wouldn't be thinking that. You are the best. You are irreplaceable. There is no other you. If someone does decide to quote unquote leave you, that would also be your manifestation, but we shall not discuss that at the moment. They will go out there and they will see that you are the best because this is your reality and this is your belief that you are the best. This is what's going on in your internal world, and hence this is what's going to be reflected in your external world, right? Treat yourself the way you would treat yourself if you were your ideal self. I don't know if that made any sense. Let me just reframe that. Take some time and write down, what would it be like if you were the person you wanted to be? Who would that person be? Would that person be the most beautiful? Would that person be the most clever? You can be all of these things, by the way. Would that person be the fittest? Would that person be the most energetic, the most enthusiastic, the most successful? Would that person have a string of men lined up for them, a string of women lined up for them? Whatever it is that you like. Would that person just have money coming to them effortlessly? Would that person have like a thriving business? Would that person always get compliments on the street? Design that person. And then, I don't want to say act like that person because it sounds like a little bit as if you're pretending. I'm not asking you to pretend. Imagine that to be true right now, in the present moment. Imagine in the present moment that is true. When you say something, when you declare something to be true in the present moment, that thing is true right now. Because all we have is the present moment. So you can become that person right now. The moment you declare this thing in the present moment, the whole universe conspires, reorganizes reality to reflect it back to you. If this thing is in your internal world, you will see it in your external world, is what I'm trying to say. So what about money? Would this person be worried when bills come to them? Would this person be worried about the future? Would this person just effortlessly get money? What kind of person would this be? Would it be a person who has a very high paying, stable job? Would it be a person who has a business that makes money while they sleep? Would it be a person who makes money helping people? What would it be? Think about it. Write it down. It can be as vague as possible. It does not have to be specific. Believe me, I have hundreds of examples of people who have been pretty vague. They've just said something pretty vague, nothing specific, and things have still manifested exactly from what they said. Right? When you look at yourself in the mirror, Compliment yourself if that is what you want. You want compliments, give yourself the compliment, Look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself internally, wow, I look great. I look so pretty. I am so beautiful. I am so handsome. Wow, I look so fit. My muscles look amazing. Whatever it is that you're aspiring for. Imagine that thing to be true right now. See it in your internal world to be true, right? That is how you get there. It has to become normal for you. It has to become natural for you to be successful. It has to become natural for you to win. It has to become natural for you to be loved. Love is something people struggle a lot with. Health is another thing people struggle a lot with. Being healthy, being energetic should be normal for you. It should be normal. And how do we normalize it? Come into the present, declare it to be true right now. Think about this. You have one person who is extremely unfit, wants to lose weight, and is feeling very guilty about whatever they eat, is punishing themselves when they exercise. They are over exercising, they are burning out, and then they are starving themselves, trying to get to the ideal weight. On the other hand, you have another person who's already fit, who's very proud of their physique, and is doing whatever they can to maintain it. They're going to the gym, they are eating well, but every now and then they might have something else to do. They might not be able to stick to their diet plan. What do you think that person's going to do? Do you think the person who's already fit is going to go crazy, spiral, have a meltdown? Most likely not. That person's just going to say, you know what, doesn't matter. I already have reached my goals. I missed today, never mind. I'll just get back to it tomorrow. Whereas the person who thinks they are unfit, everybody thinks they are fat or whatever it is just going to go crazy, is going to just, feel horrible about missing a day or slipping up on their diet. So who do you think in the long term is going to be able to stick to their fitness routine and their eating plan? Obviously, the person who's already fit, because they don't have this desperate urgency behind it. They are not trying to force an outcome. So if you come from the identity of already being fit, believe you me, and I'm saying this from experience, you will be able to stick to your fitness goals much better. You are going to be able to walk around as a person who already has that thing. And it will become effortless for you. It will become effortless. Because you are already the person who is healthy. You're already the person who's fit. What does a fit and healthy person do? They eat well, they exercise. And yes, they enjoy themselves every now and then, and they don't feel bad about it because they go back to eating well and exercising. Right? Everything is the same. Everything manifests the same. It's all the same. It's the same with love. It's the same with money. Right? It's the same with wealth. It's the same with success. Right? If you are with a person and that person says, you know what, I'm not feeling that great today, I need some space. You are not going to go into a spiral in your mind thinking, oh my God, he must be with somebody else now and he doesn't like me anymore and maybe I'm not pretty. Maybe maybe our honeymoon phase is over or whatever it is. You're not. You're just going to think, okay, he needs some space today. Fine, I'll just catch you later. Because love is normal for you, right? Obviously, he's still, head over heels in love with you. So he's just going to get back to it. He just needs some space today. Because maybe he had a hard day at work or, he's remembering some bad memories. Or maybe it's, maybe it's a sad day for him, something to do with family. You would not worry, you would not pressure the situation because, love is normal for you. It's already there. Same with money. Suppose you know that you are a person who has a lot of money. You have all the money you need. In fact, you have so much money, you don't know what to do with all of it. This is what I say to myself. Here's a little sneak peek into my affirmations. What would happen if you have an unexpected expense? You would just pay it. You would think, yeah, okay, I'm a bit annoyed. Maybe it is something annoying. You're like, this is annoying, but doesn't matter. I'll pay it. you wouldn't spiral, you wouldn't go crazy about it, you wouldn't be like worried, and you wouldn't be anxious, right? So even if you don't have the money right now, become the person who has these things anyway, who has these things in their internal world. Believe me, whatever is in your internal world is going to be reflected in your external world. It has to. It has to. That is literally how reality works, right? So that's what I had to say about self concept today. I will make a specific video about specific people because I know this is a pain point for all of you, and it has been a pain point for me in the past. So I will talk specifically about it in my next video. Until then, look after yourself, everyone, and remember, never speak against yourself. Always say the best things about yourself. You are the best. Take care. Bye bye.